Alright guys, today we're going to be unboxing the Supernote Manta. It's finally here after my weird delays, and then they randomly delivered it on a Sunday while signing for me on the package. I don't know, it was a whole thing. But it's finally here, so we're going to unbox it, and I'm going to give you my first impressions on this device in this video, and I'll start doing way more detailed reviews and testing after that. As you can see, they did not include a pen for me in here, but you'll see in a moment that I have plenty of pens. So we start with the half folio and save the main course for the end. These are wrapped in plastic, pretty nice and secure. I've always been a fan of Supernote's packaging. The Nomad was packaged just like this, and it was perfect. All right, here we go. The instruction guide is nice and printed on the box, which I think is way cooler than what they did for the Nomad, just include like a sheet of paper with it. And there's also a lot more to this one. I think this is still a vegan leather material for the cover here. It's a little different than the Nomad. It's definitely a thinner cover and no microfiber lining. And here are all the metal teeth, which will slot into the device. So no magnets, all mechanical, which is an interesting way of doing it. Seems like a really big box for just that really thin folio. Or is that just me? I do love this packaging. It kind of looks like they lean heavily into their black and white nature of this device, and they kind of give it this retro, but also somewhat modern design. I think it looks really good. So here, this is the features they want to highlight, that it's front light free, which for some people that is a feature, for some people that is not a feature. For me, I liked how Remarkable implemented the front light on their Paper Pro. It didn't have a lot of downsides. So if they could find something like that on their device, I would be for it, I think. But I definitely don't want it to sacrifice the writing feel at all. So if it would, I like this better. And natural writing with the Feel Right 2 soft film and ceramic never replaced nib. Clear and durable, 10.7 inch, almost a full 11 inch tablet, which I'm really excited to see that. 300 ppi, flexible screen. And then lighter and slimmer because of the half folio design and the sleek bionic back. Oh, that's nice. There's actually a nice layer of foam right here in this inner packaging. This tablet is very secure here. I'm very excited for this. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. It does feel really thin, actually. That's nice. Well, try not to rip it, but I don't care. Yeah, that's a good looking tablet. Love the instructions right on the screen, making use of the e-ink screen here, how when it's off, it doesn't really drain battery, still showing something. It's just such a neat thing that e-ink can do. Again, this quick start guide looks kind of retro, and I kind of like it. Looks good. Looks very in-depth, so if you need any help setting it up and the instructions on the screen and the built-in tutorial isn't good enough, check the quick start guide, it might be there. Screwdriver for replacing the battery, the motherboard, and upgrading the storage. And by the way, it is not a pen. It wants to make that very clear and very known to you. So don't try to write on your screen with this. These are extra screws right here and a couple different size for pen loops. So I think it comes with like the medium one installed. So I think this is a small and a large. So depending on what stylus you're using with it, you may want to swap that out. And this one you can cut to whatever size you want, which is also nice. Same cord that came with the Nomad, which is like a right angled USB-C cord here, but they still use USB-A on the other end. Not a fan of that. Wish they just went with USB-C standard, but there's a lot of people that still use USB-A on the other end too. So it is what it is. I would like to see USB-C there, personally. So I want to see the mechanical connection here. So you basically line it up. And you push it right in. That feels pretty strong. You have to kind of unlatch it. You have to unlatch it from the back here. So I can see why I heard someone else say that you need to have it laid flat to take it off, because it would be pretty hard to do that while you're holding it. Yeah, you're pretty much going to want to lay that down and then take that out. So if that's a downside to you, well, take that into account. But for me, does not really matter. And I don't really see many scenarios where I would need to take this on and off quickly. Since this is a half folio, it's barely adding any thickness to the device, and it lays perfectly flat behind it. I don't see a reason to frequently be removing that. But let's start powering this on. I really like my Nomad, so I really do like this A5X2. It's just a big Nomad to me, with a little bit sleeker design, I think. So I already have this standard pen from Supernote, which I've been using the most. It's the push-up pen, and besides it being not the best build quality, as far as writing feel, usefulness, and weight, all of that is just great on this device. And I chose this one over the Heart of Metal pen too, which is what I was using mostly before. I don't want it on 24-hour format. For now, I'm going to say no. I am right-handed. All right. Activate the sidebar. Do a new note. Create. So this is the user guide of the tools. I'm going to go through it just in case you guys have never seen it before. So feel free to pause at any point here and read these thoroughly. I'm just going to kind of breeze through them. Now it's going to walk us through some of the gestures. So double tapping the screen will hide and show the toolbar. And double tapping the bottom here will hide and show the page number. Pressing and holding the toolbar will allow you to turn it into a floating toolbar. So now it's telling you how to switch the orientation of the floating toolbar. So you can tap this and it will go sideways. You can tap this one and shrink the toolbar. And now it shows that you can drag it back to the top, bottom, or either side to make the fixed toolbar stay there. So let's do the top and let's start handwriting. I have gone through even more gestures for Supernote in some of my other review videos, so feel free to check that out. I'll go into more in depth as well on this one in future reviews as well on this particular unit. First, I just want to see the writing feel of this one compared to the Nomad. Yeah, this feels great. I don't notice a striking difference between it and the Nomad, to be honest, but I also have had a broken Nomad for a little while. Just got this one as well today. Okay, so the Nomad is definitely more rigid, so you can feel the screen flexing a bit more, but it's not significant. So I don't know. I haven't noticed a striking writing difference, but also both these screens are brand spanking new. And I know with personal experience with the Nomad, it took a little bit for the screen to kind of break in. So I'll stick with it and let you guys know, but that's not a bad thing that it feels very similar to the Nomad, at least to me, because I love writing the Nomad. So that is a great thing. And this pen does fit right in the loop with no problem, and it's small enough where it doesn't push this up at all. And this lays way flatter than the Nomad in its folio. It's actually at an angle which you might not be able to see from your perspective, but yeah, it basically has to be taken out of its case to lay flat, or you have to open it up flat like this, which is a little annoying. And because this is the acrylic one, well, this is more scratch prone, so you don't really want to do this on all kinds of surfaces. And now you don't have a loop here as well, where you do for the Manta. So I'm all for the redesign of the loop system. I think putting it on the device Makes a lot of sense. And if you don't like the size, you can swap it out by taking out these screws and just replacing it. And you can make custom ones. They'll probably release even more versions as time goes on, maybe with different colors and all that. And I like the half folio thinness wise, especially. And they added rubber feet at the bottom, so even by itself, it doesn't slide as easily as the Nomad does. Still has auto sleep and auto wake. This is a great package here. I do have the Heart of Metal pen as well, which I will be trying with this device. I had a lot of ghostwriting issues with the Heart of Metal pen. That was the main reason I went away from it, and that's a little annoying that the cap makes it uneven when it lays. That's a little better with the folio behind it. But yeah, this is a really good feel as well. I just love Supernote ceramic nibs, so pretty much any of the pens with it are gonna feel good to me. We'll see if this has ghostwriting issues as well. Maybe they were able to solve that a little bit better with the Manta. And lastly, I do have their new pen that they partnered with LAMY to make, with the Supernote ceramic inside and this clear casing on the outside. So it's the, I think, Safari Vista pen. And I love how close the grip is to the actual nib itself. So if I put my fingers in the actual grip points, I'm holding the pen like this. So I really enjoy that. Does this fit in the medium size hole though? Yeah, it stretches. I think this will fit. But yeah, this definitely pushes it up a little bit too. And I like to keep my caps in the loop when I go to write with them. So don't know if this is the greatest pen to accompany the Manta, but it's a great pen to accompany this Crystal Nomad in the specialty set that they released here. And if you want to see me unbox this set, that video is coming out tomorrow, so just stay tuned for that. But first impressions is I'm thinking this might be the best pen for the Manta. It sits in this loop perfectly. It doesn't push it up at all when it's sitting down, because you take the whole pen out. And it's small and light, just like the Manta itself with its new thin and light design. I don't know, this might be the one to go with. I do wish that the white was a little less cream on the pen, so it matched the Supernote Manta a bit better. But yeah, I do think this white is also a more premium feeling plastic than the Nomad. I really like how that feels. So first impressions are super positive. I mean, super positive. I didn't mean to do that. It is a Supernote device, so of course I'm gonna love it. If you see any of my Supernote videos, you know that I like their Nomad. So this is like a big version of that. It's great. I'll be using this every single day for my daily devotion notes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna be putting it to the test, and I'm really excited about this. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys all want to know about the Manta, and I'll do my best to answer that in my next video about it. And if the unboxing videos aren't really your thing, don't worry, I'm going to be getting my full review out as soon as I can. So that kind of video is coming shortly to the channel. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and comment below. Comment about any device you want to see this compared to, anything related to this device or related to the Nomad. I want to hear all your guys' thoughts down in those comments. I'll be responding to as many of them as I possibly can. And of course, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It's almost Christmas time, so you can consider that subscription a gift to me, and I will greatly appreciate it, because every little bit helps this channel grow. We're still pretty small right now, but I want to produce useful content for a bunch of people out there. So subscribing helps me get out there a little bit further, and I really appreciate that. And if you're curious about any of the equipment I use in this video, it's all going to be linked in the description down below. And as always, have a great rest of your day.